It started in a dirty New York diner. The cold wind of a winter's night whipped past an open window, a window to the scene of a horrific murder. But these events are a mystery, even to the killer himself, an act of madness, prophecy, and despair. Welcome to the world's first so-called interactive film. Welcome to Fahrenheit. The brainchild of David Cage, director of recent works like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls, Fahrenheit is pitched as something more than your usual adventure game. Designed with an immersive, intuitive interface that focuses mainly on a console's thumbsticks, you control 3 separate characters in an intertwining narrative where emotion and relationships make all the difference. You're directed to act in character, to open doors slowly, to behave naturally, and to explore the headspace of your virtual puppet.
Coffee? I never drink it. I hate it. Was I with someone? I can't remember anything at all.
Playing on each side of the investigation, from killer to cop, the game is paced like a movie, with its story concerned with more cinematic notions like irony, fate, and human drama. Obviously inspired by the likes of Hitchcock, Fincher, and Lynch, its first few hours are some of the most effective we've ever experienced, as you essentially play cat and mouse with yourself, both sides trying to comprehend what exactly is going on. Your attempts to unearth the truth are extremely self-determined. You ask the questions, you spot the clues, and you decide when to call it a night.
Why do they always wait for me to go on duty before they start killing each other in the middle of the night?
But after the atmospheric opening, Fahrenheit does lose its way a bit. As with most thrillers, the more you learn about its secrets, the less interesting they become. And as Fahrenheit goes on, it abandons its theme of urban psychological horror in favor of glowing bug monsters and secret cults. Recurring scenes of intense action are handled differently to the rest of the game, with quick-time event prompts of directions overlaid on top of cutscenes. You'll need to react fast in order to get through, a system that sometimes works well, but too often feels unnatural and even downright silly. Worse are sections that require the rapid tapping of shoulder buttons, and as you might expect, never being able to control the camera on account of the way you interact with the world is a frequent, if minor, frustration. It's these less adept parts of Fahrenheit that begin to undercut all the serious themes and ambitious intentions, rendering it overall too cheap and too schlocky to stand out as in any way better than other games. Concepts like a mental health meter are interesting, but looking after the thing soon starts to feel less immersive and more managerial, and you top up the characters on food or sleep just to keep things ticking over. A more successful mechanic is the suspicion meter found in Conversations, where branching dialogue trees can affect relationships, and you need to answer in very short time limits. The tension created by this is excellent, linked directly to the game's elastic narrative. What you do, even down to the smallest thing like sitting in a certain chair, has an impact on events later on, not only lending Fahrenheit good replay value, but making it fun to watch others play it as well. We wish this emphasis on real human interaction lasted throughout the game, but however it all turns out, that it's in there in the first place is impressive enough.
Cold enough for you?
Yeah, well, luckily I got this to keep me warm.
Years after its release, it would be easy to dismiss Fahrenheit for all its mechanical clumsiness and narrative pretension. But at its best, it's more effective and more fun than most other titles in its genre. A clear influence on the likes of Mass Effect and L.A. Noire, it's guaranteed to shock and surprise you at least once, and in ways very different indeed from your usual video game. Interactive film? Not quite. Better than other games? It's not that either. But there's a maturity here that cannot be overlooked, and an ambition that after all this time is still strived for.